I'm not doing that. God dang it. No. Hello, my bookworms. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney, and today's video will be my September TBR, which is including my Spin the Bottle TBR, my Bookoplathon TBR, my Illyrium TBR, as well as the beginning of the Breath of the Wildathon. So welcome to the mess. So hey, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. You did hear me right. There are quite a few Readathons happening this next month, and I want to do all of them. So first of all, let's chat about what that means. So the Magical Readathon, hosted by Book Roast, is a month-long readathon. And this readathon has just like 7 reading prompts that we have to fulfill. So I'm going to talk about those prompts at the end of this video after I know what books I have to read for my Spin the Bottle TBR, as well as what dice rolls I get for my Bookoplathon TBR. Then we'll chat about those prompts. So that being said, the Bookoplathon is a readathon hosted by Becca and the Books, utilizing her Bookopoly TBR game board that she creates. So, first things first, we are going to do the Spin the Bottle TBR game because I can't just not do it every month, you know? Like, it's my pride and joy, it's my baby, my birth child. So, that being said, if this is the first Spin the Bottle TBR that you are landing upon, I will leave the link to all of the previous episodes down below in the description. But if you know what we're getting into, then you know to buckle up because it's gonna be messy. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna get those 5 books. We're doing 5 spins today, including my Patreon only spin at the beginning. Normally we do 6 spins total, but I'm doing 5 because it never is just the starting number. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, we will be doing 5 spins minimum. And one other thing, up until now, one of the rules for my Spin the Bottle TBR is every 3rd time that I land on a space, I have to add a spin at the end of my spin count. By popular demand or kind suggestions, you guys have suggested that I should up it to 5 times each time that I land on a space, you know? Because it's gotten a little out of hand. I might go back to every 3rd time, but for this month, I am going to up the count to 5 times that I land on a space to add a spin because did you not hear me already? I'm trying to do 3 other readathons. So that's what we're doing this time. The 3rd readathon that I mentioned was the Breath of the Wildathon. It is a Legend of Zelda themed readathon hosted by Kaz over at Little Book Owl. And I love Legend of Zelda. My first car was named Navi. So like, I have to participate. That one starts on September 20th and goes to October 20th. So I'm not going to think about that readathon yet so far. I'm really just gonna focus on my Spin the Bottle, my Bookoplathon, and my Illyrium prompts. only those. But okay, so let's get on into the Spin the Bottle portion of this video. First thing we always do is go over the books that I was supposed to read last month. And if I read them all, I get a benefit on this game today, or if I didn't read them all, I get a punishment. And if you remember, this was the stack that I was supposed to read last month. It did not happen. I read like almost 6 of them, and this is a heavy stack. I'm gonna go put them down. Regardless, I'm going to need to draw a punishment, which some of these are so mean. I am honestly very anxious about what is about to happen. Okay, you ready? The one I got is actually really not exciting at all. It's Add a Spin. I guess we're not doing just 5 right off the bat. We're doing our normal 6 spins. So I guess it's kind of nice that I made that rule because now I should just be ready for what I normally do. A little anticlimactic, but honestly, that was probably one of the nicest ones in there. So I will take what I can get. But okay, so that was my punishment. I'm going to set up the camera. We are going to do our Patreon only spin with all of the prompts that my patrons have submitted to me. And then after that, we will mix and mingle all of the prompts and continue the game. So let's go for spin number 1. Spin number 1, we got a prompt that said, read a book from an author that you have read from before. And this one, I'm actually really excited for. I was trying to get this book on the TBR for the month. And the book that I'm choosing is All's Well by Mona Awad. This is actually Kayla from Books and Lala, her book club. The Literally Dead book club is actually reading this next month, so that works out perfectly. Plus, I just really love Mona Awad's writing. I loved Bunny so much, and I am so excited to experience another one of her books. Oh, and shout out to Sarah for getting this book for me from my wish list. It's only fitting that a patron of mine picked the book that I am picking for my Patreon spin. So for this one, we have our main character, Miranda Fitch. She had an accident that ended her acting career, which left her with excruciating chronic pain, a failed marriage, and a deepening dependence on painkillers. And now she's on the verge of losing her job as a college theater director. Determined to put on Shakespeare's All's Well That Ends Well, the play that promised it and cost her everything, she faces a mutinous cast hell-bent on staging Macbeth instead. Miranda sees her chance at redemption slip through her fingers. That's when she meets three strange benefactors who have an eerie knowledge of Miranda's past and tantalizing promise for her future. One where the show goes on. Her rebellious students get what's coming to them, and the invisible, doubted pain that's kept her from the spotlight is made known. Okay, so this sounds really interesting. I just really love Mona Awad's storytelling aspects. Her ideas are just so far out there that I'm just so excited to read it. I love that we're having some chronic pain representation, and I'm so excited. I'm so glad that this worked out. Okay, so book one is All's Well. Let us go for spin number 2. Spin number 2, we got a prompt that seems pretty impossible. It's read a book that the title is 17 letters long. That is so specific. I have to go count. I'll be right back. Okay, hi. I cannot believe how well this actually worked out for me. But I have been gone for a while. I was counting and counting and counting. But I do have a book that is 17 letters long, believe it or not. And it is the book club pick for my book club this month. And the book is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I've heard some mixed reviews about this book, but the cover's just so stinking pretty, and we all kind of do want to read it. So how my book club works is it's over on my Patreon account, and we have a poll every month, and the winner is the official book club pick, and then the runner-up is our buddy read. And this was the runner-up, so this is our buddy read for this moth in September. I've had this for a while, since last March, and it hasn't been read. Girl's dusty. So this book is set in 18th century London, and it basically is talking about a apothecary that deals in poisons for women who are trying to kill, I'm assuming, oppressive men in their lives. And our main character is Nella, who runs the apothecary, but she gets a new patron, 12-year-old Eliza Fanning. And their unexpected bond sparks a string of consequences that echoes through the centuries. 200 years later, aspiring historian Caroline Parswell discovers an aged apothecary vial in the River Thames. As she is newly grappling with the searing betrayal of her husband's infidelity, a curious research project is exactly the distraction Caroline needs. But when she discovers a link between the vial and the London's long unsolved apothecary murders, Caroline's upended presence soon collides with the explosive history, binding her fate to Nella's and Eliza's in a stunning twist that transcends the barrier of time. I think it sounds really interesting. Obviously, I chose it for one of my Book of the Month purchases, and I'm excited to finally mark it off of my TBR. In the meantime, let's go for spin number 3. Number 3, we got the smiley face, which means it's a mood read, and I'm super excited about this because I can pick whatever the heck I want. And the heck that I do want is Volume 2 of Saga because I'm obsessed. I recently read volume 1. It's so interesting, it's so easy to follow, and I think that it's fantastic. So in Saga, we have our two main characters who are on opposite sides of this like intergalactic battle. They fall in love, they have a kid, and now they're kind of like running for their lives, trying to just stay alive in this world and battle while there's like assassins trying to assassinate them. And yeah, they're just trying to like make do in this crazy world with their new child, and I'm very excited about it. This is the pick. This is my mood read. Okay, so spin number 4, we got a challenge space. We haven't had a challenge in like months. I can't do anything outside because it is so hot. I gotta think about what kind of challenge I want to do. I will be right back. Let me gather something together. Okay, hello, I have chosen what my challenge is going to be. As you can see, I'm going to play bear pong. I'm gonna play bear pong. No, so I'm gonna play pong with myself. The rules for this are I'm gonna get 10 throws, and I need at least a 50% throw rate. So I need to get 5 of these cups off the island here. So if I successfully get at least 5 cups off of the island, then I am allowing myself to read On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. This is a really stunning graphic novel that I picked up when I was on vacation recently. It's thick, you know, it's kind of longer, but it's so pretty, and I really want to read it. So this is the one I'm fighting for. And then if I lose, I'm picking a book that I'm like not super stoked about, which this book was also like one of my like punishment books for last month's, but I'm gonna use it again because I wouldn't be pissed if I had to read it, but I also would rather read other things. And that book is Where'd You Go, Bernadette by Maria Semple. So yeah, these are the books that I'm fighting between, and I guess let's just start throwing some balls. Okay, I'm 3 for 3 right now. What's up? 4 for 4. Avi's getting excited. Oh. I am 4 for 5. I already have 4 cups out. I'm gonna get a re-rack. Are you ready? Okay. I have 5 more throws and I just need 1 more cup, so. Oh, shoot. Okay. Woo! Success. Man, it's like I went to college or something. But okay, so I am successfully going to be reading On a Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. Super excited about this. I am really looking forward to this one. I know that it is a slow burn romance on a found family space opera adventure with an engaging cast of characters in a gloriously strange setting, and it is brilliantly original. I love the spine. I think it looks really pretty psychedelic. And the slow burn romance is sapphic, if you didn't know. So I'm so excited. Okay, so let's go back over there and I will spin for book number don't know. We'll figure it out when I get over there. Okay, hey, welcome back. We are going to go for spin number 5 is what we're doing. And instead we landed on add a spin. So we are doing 7 spins, 7 books in this Spin the Bottle TBR. Tight. Let's go for actual spin number 5, please, this time. No. The prompt that we just got was read the longest book on your shelf. No. So I went upstairs to see what the longest book on my shelf is. And you know what it is? It's The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. I'm not doing that. So here's the thing. Let me explain myself before you are mean to me in the comments. So this month with my patrons, we are starting a buddy read of the Mistborn trilogy. So one, I'm trying to get the Final Empire on this TBR somewhere. And two, I don't want to read Two Chunkers by Brandy Sandy. I'm sorry, but I'm defaulting to the second longest book on my TBR, on my physical TBR. Because if I went with what the prompt literally said, which is The Way of Kings, I know for a fact that I won't read it. I just know that. So I want to give myself the best possible chance that I can have at doing well this next month. Because self-care. I care about myself, my mental health, my well-being. So what we're doing, like I said, is picking up the second longest book on my TBR, which I'm ashamed to bring up for like the 17th time on this channel. And I'm so sorry, but it's The Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm so sorry. I didn't read it last month or the month before. If I don't read it this month, I'm saying it out loud, I need to have like a massive punishment for myself. Comment down below what my massive punishment should be if I don't finish Priory of the Orange Tree this month. This is another way that I'm making it okay by choosing the second longest. I want you guys to choose what bookish thing or series or something that I will have to do if I don't finish this next month, or at least start it. So let me know down below what the stakes are, but I'm putting this back on my TBR. So this is what we're doing. And in the meantime, we shall spin for book number 6. Book number 6, we landed on the Tarot space, which is a really fun one. I have in my hand the major arcana of this tarot deck that I own. I have predetermined prompts for every one of these cards. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to mix up the cards, kind of put some intentions into them. I want good vibes. I want a easy prompt. I want a book that, you know, I can get through relatively quickly. So that's what I'm hoping for. That is what we're doing. I'm gonna pick this top card. And the top card, it is beginning. So let me see what I have predetermined that card to be. Oh, okay, that one's kind of easy. Maybe, hopefully, shoot. Okay, this could work. So my prompt that I have predetermined for the beginning, which is also known as the Fool, is read a backlist book, because it's like the beginning of my reading journey, you know? Go back and think about what books made me want to start a booktube, or like books that made me excited. I'm thinking really hard. A backlist book. I am going to pick Mistborn. I am going to pick The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. I have to read this month, and this really does fit the prompt. I have had this series on my mind for quite a while, so I'm just gonna go with my gut. I'm just gonna pick it. Final Empire is book 1 in the Mistborn trilogy. I know that in this fantasy world, the idea is that there are different types of people who can wield metal as a power, I believe, and I think that the more metals that you can manipulate, the more powerful you are. I hope that's correct. But in this world, the mists rule the night and the Lord Ruler owns the world. For 1,000 years the ash fell. For 1,000 years the ska slaved in misery and lived in fear. For 1,000 years the Lord Ruler reigned with absolute power and ultimate terror, divinely invincible. Every attempt to revolt has failed miserably, yet somehow hope survives. A new kind of uprising is being planned, one that depends on the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind and the courage of an unlikely heroine. I always say it wrong. A ska street urchin who must learn to master allomancy, the power of a Mistborn. What if the prophesized hero had failed to defeat the Dark Lord? The answer will be found in the Mistborn trilogy. A saga of surprises that begins here. Right here. But okay, so that's what I'm picking. I'm comfortable with that decision. I have wanted to read this for a long time, and I'm excited to read it alongside my patrons. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to my first Brandy Sandy. And then let's go for spin number 7, which I hope is the last one, because we got other ground to cover, people. It was the last one, and it's another mood read. That's exciting. I can pick whatever I want again. Wow, what a thing. And for this one, I'm gonna read the prettiest book that I own, and this is also the book that won for my book club poll. So this is the official pick for the Nightcrawler book club this next month, and it is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. And just look at that. I can't even handle it. You ready? You ready? Whoo! So stinking pretty. I love this so much. This book is kind of like a Mulan retelling, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. I am very excited to once again read this with my patrons and discuss it, dissect it, love on it, hopefully I love it. But yeah, this is, like I said, a Mulan retelling in which it is 1345 China, where they are living under harsh Mongol rule. And our main character is Zhu, and her brother were given prophecies. Her prophecy was basically that she will amount to nothing and that her brother will, you know, achieve greatness. However, her brother ends up dying, and she will take his place and train and become the warrior and try to achieve greatness herself, but disguised as her brother. So yeah, I'm really excited to pick this one up, and I think that that is all of the books for Spin the Bottle TBR. It looks a little something like this. So it is 7 books. It looks pretty chunky, which it is, but one of these top ones, this one right here, is that graphic novel, so that one should go by a little bit quicker. However, it is still a thick stack. So what I'm gonna try to do is use as many of these as possible for the next coming part of this video. But at the very least, this is the Spin the Bottle TBR. So here this is, and let's go on to do our rolls for Becca's Bookoplathon. Okay, hi, welcome back to my kitchen. Is this weird? Maybe. This is what we're doing. So I have the virtual downloadable edition of Becca's Bookoplathon board. I have the community shelf. I'm just going to use all the prompts from my Spin the Bottle game and then just like shuffle it if I land on it. And then I have the chance cards, which are 7, I think, titles of books that some of them I'm very excited to read and some of them I am not so stoked about reading right now. If I land on a chance space, then I will mix these up and pick the top one. I'm going to be rolling 5 times. I have this dice app here because I also don't have dice in this house for whatever reason. Or if I do, I have no idea where they are. I think that that's it. If I land on a double, then I have to add another roll. But other than that, we'll just see what we land on. I'm using this, one of my favorite crystals right here as my space holder. And I guess we're gonna go. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna move 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. Chance card. Okay. Gosh darn it. Okay, so I'm gonna mix. Okay, so I'm gonna mix these up and then see which one lands on top. God dang it. I can't believe it. The book that we got was Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I hate it here. Okay, so remember how I was fighting to not read this and then I won? Well, here we are. We're gonna read it anyways. It doesn't matter. Okay, so Where'd You Go, Bernadette? We are reading this. It is basically about our main character who's 15 years old. Her name is B, and basically they were getting ready to go on a trip, and then her mother just like up and disappears. And her mother's name is Bernadette, and then the book is about like, where'd you go, Bernadette? Like, what's going on? The daughter's like plunges into this like self-investigation of like what happened, where she went, and why she left, and about the power of a daughter's love for her imperfect mother. I was told that this book is like really entertaining and very funny, so I'm not like upset about it. But like there are other books that I would rather read, but it's fine. We're gonna have a great time. This is on the TBR. Okay. Let's roll again. God damn it. So double sixes, that means that I have to add a spin or add a roll, I mean, at the end. I'm gonna start keeping track of what I'm doing because I'm probably gonna mess it up. Wow, this could go really bad. Okay, so double six is 12 and another roll. So now we have 6 rolls total. Let's move 12 spaces though. And 11, 12. This is the space that says current events. So it's like in the news today. Okay, so for this one, we're supposed to read a book that is kind of like with the times, like what's going on in the world right now. I could also choose a nonfiction. So I'm gonna go look at my shelf really quick and kind of see what I might want to read. Plus my battery's almost dead, so let me just switch out my batteries and figure out what book, and I will be right back. Okay, hey, I'm back. I'm going to be choosing The Only Good Indians by Stephen Graham Jones. This has been one that I've been wanting to read since it came out, and I just haven't really been in a very big like thriller mood, but I've been really like eyeing this book lately for whatever reason, so this works really well. I'm choosing it for this prompt because recently, I think in May or March, there were mass graves uncovered in Canada that are believed to be predominantly Indigenous children. And not just one, there was like 160 or something unmarked graves found. And this book is not only a thriller, but it's also like kind of like in the horror genre. Very excited to experience it. I've heard really nothing but good things about it. It says, The Only Good Indians follows our American Indian men after a disturbing event from their youth puts them in a desperate struggle for their lives. Tracked by an entity bent on retribution, these childhood friends are helpless as the culture and traditions they left behind catch up to them in a violent, vengeful way. I could have chosen All's Good by Mona Awad and talked about the addiction epidemic that is like ongoing here in America and around the world, really. But I really wanted to read this one this month too, so I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot, but here we go. I'm choosing this for this prompt. Let's spin, or not spin, let's roll for the third time. So that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one says steal a book. Okay, so for the steal a book prompt, you are to go to someone else's TBR video and take one of the books from their TBR and use it in yours. I might be cheating just a little bit, but I went to Becca's playlist for different Bookoplathon TBR videos, and as I was scrolling through the playlist, I did see a TBR that has She Who Became the Sun on their thumbnail. You know those sprayed edges anywhere. So the person that I'm stealing a book from, their channel name is Lydia Hepzibah. I'm so sorry if I said your last name incorrectly, but their first name is Lydia, and you can see that on their TBR, that top book on their video is She Who Became the Sun. So I'm stealing that book from their TBR to make this a little bit easier on myself. So yeah, shout out Lydia, thank you for choosing that book. Okay, so let's go for roll number 4. 4, 5, 6, 7 again. So we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Community shelf. Okay, so that's this prompt. These prompts right here. So I'm so anxious. This isn't going too well, but I guess it could be going worse. It could be worse. Okay, so let me pick this one. Okay, so the prompt I got, you can't read it. The prompt I got is an author you want to read more of, and I am going to choose All's Well by Mona Awad. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so this really isn't going that poorly. I need to stop speaking because I'm gonna jinx myself. We're gonna we're gonna roll for book number 5. 4, 5, 6, 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. I landed on the go space, which means it says randomize your TBR. I don't know what that means. Hold on. Okay. For this one, I can't really justify using books that I've already chosen. So randomize my TBR means that I choose some books, assign them numbers, and then use a random number generator to pick which one I have to read. Gosh darn it. Okay. So to randomize my TBR, I've chosen 4 books. So I have Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. This one, I read half of it last month and I just lost my hold on the audiobook on Libby. So I could finish this next month. It can go back on my TBR. I have Saga Volume 3, which I would love if the random number gods are with me. I would love this one, please and thank you. Or I have The Kiss Quotient, which I was supposed to read last month but didn't. And then I have Piranesi by Susanna Clark, which I would be happy to read. So that being said, let's grab a random number generator. And we want 1 to 4. Ready? 2. Thank you. I got Saga Volume 3. Wow. Wow. What a day. Yeah, so Saga Volume 3 is the one that we got. So excited about that. Very cool, because this TBR is thick, so I'm happy. I'm very content with that. Wow, what a thing. That's crazy. Who'd have thought? Not me.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Okay, so now we're on to our last roll. I'm so sorry if this video is a million years long, but we're gonna go to the last roll. 5, 6. It is the last roll too. I got nervous for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I landed on the humans spot. So I think that this is, like, the main character has to be a human. I mean, no problem. I could use the Lost Apothecary for that. They're humans. I mean, I think that's what that means. That is what it means. I just checked. But okay, so that's all of it. We did it. Just barely. Okay, so let's talk about all the books I have to read next month. Based on Spin the Bottle TBR and Becca's Bookoplathon, I have to read 10 books. They're all also kind of thick. So we'll see how this goes. And if you forgot already, we are also doing the magical readathon. I have those prompts here in front of me as well. So what I'm gonna do really quick, just go through each book and tell you what readathon it's for or what prompt it's for. So we have The Only Good Indians, which I'm reading for Becca's Bookoplathon, but also it works for the thriller mystery prompt for Illyrium. And then we have Where'd You Go, Bernadette, which I am using just because I drew that chance card in Becca's Bookoplathon. Then we have The Final Empire by Brandy Sandy. This one is for my Spin the Bottle TBR, but also for the Illyrium prompt for Book with a Map. Then we have On a Sunbeam, which is for Spin the Bottle, but I am also using it for the prompt for Tempting or Top of the TBR for Illyrium. Then we have She Who Became the Sun, which is for my Spin the Bottle and my Bookopoly TBR. Next, we have Paria the Orange Tree, which is for my Spin the Bottle TBR, but I am also using it for 5-star prediction prompt for the Illyrium Magical Readathon. Next, we have Saga Volume 2 and 3. 2 I will be using for the Illyrium Readathon for, like, ghosts or supernatural. There is a ghost within the storyline. I don't want to give any spoilers, but there is a girl ghost in the story, so it fits. And then the Saga Volume 3, which I got for Becca's Bookoplathon. Next, we have The Lost Apothecary, which I got for my Spin the Bottle, but it also works for the standalone prompt for the Illyrium Readathon. Last but certainly not least, we have All's Well by Mona Awad. This one was for Spin the Bottle TBR, I believe. I'm losing track. And it also works for a book that has a school setting for the Illyrium Readathon. I really hope that I haven't been saying that wrong this whole time.
What?
Aurelium. It's actually Aurelium. But okay, so this is the TBR for the 2 readathons and my Spin the Bottle.
Spin the bar.
Read a bottle. My September TBR that covers my Spin the Bottle, the Bookoplathon, as well as the Aurelium readathon. And it's really heavy. I guess that's it. That's all I have for you. So yeah, thanks for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. If you are still watching, then leave the theater mask emoji down below in the comments. Let me know if you are also participating in any of these readathons coming up in September. So yeah, I guess that's it. So don't forget to subscribe down below, like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.